The strength and stability of the kingdom lie in these virtues of its people: chivalry, creativity, and service. For if any of these are lacking, the kingdom fails. The servants of the crown support it by their efforts, and with their dedication, preserve the kingdom from extinction. Let the members of the Order of the Pelican attend upon their majesties.
We can fan just a little bit where everybody else is. Six birds. We are minded to admit Sara de la Petra to your right and noble order. Let her now be brought forth.
Let Sara de la Petra be brought before their majesties.
It's a little uneven. It isn't fixed, so we're trying it out. Good luck. You're going to do something, make it in. For the first line of defense.
Sarah, mindful of your service to our kingdom, and mindful also to the wishes of our advisors in this august order, it is our intent to admit you into the Order of the Pelican. You have been asked once before if you would accept this honor. I will ask you now for a second time. Is it still your desire to be a member of the Order of the Pelican?
Yes.
If you're represented by the member of this order, let them come forward and speak.
Liliana Sonia, and it is my honor to sponsor Dame Sara de la Petra.
Words are hard.
Sorry, Your Majesty, Your Highness.
Words are
I
hard.
know, I know. Right? I know. I would be delighted to tell you my thoughts about Dame Sara. We'll start by saying I have known her for way too many years, more years than I care to admit to. But I was there and saw when she made the cake for Dretta. That was the elevation, the precious book, leather-bound book, Miss Cake. For Magdalena's elevation, she made the beautiful, it looked like 25 pounds and felt like 25 pounds of trunkles of cheese. I've seen the excellent job that she did as our kingdom chronicler. And Lord knows we've all seen the plethora of deliciousness that she has used to serve us in feasts, lunches, breakfasts, teas, balls, elevations, fundraisers, and I'm sure there's more. Right? So she has continued to make all kinds of deliciousnesses for us and cakes. She has served in more offices, and she continues to chef. I mean, as someone said, heck, she had me at 38 feasts, and she's done more, right? The thing I admired the most about Dame Sara, though, is this. I love how she roots for the underdog.
Channel Morgana.
I love how she lets people shine, sometimes to her detriment, not so much anymore. And I love how she finds the beauty and value everywhere. She is beautiful and precious to us all. And she reaffirms what it means to be a peer.
Huzzah.
Your words confirm what we already know about this candidate. Thank you. but we would hear more from your order, from the order of the Pelican. Does somebody bring words?
It's me again. Almost. She's gonna sound a lot more. All right. So from Mistress Vizier Sara de Laval, Your Majesties, Your Highness, and populace. Many of you have heard my Lord Sir John the Bell Ringer. Again, it's Sarah. So, all right.
Clarification.
Speaker of chivalric virtues, specifically that of humility, which, when speaking for a peer, the virtues are dear to my heart as well. And my peer set a standard to be a good peer based on all the virtues. Instead of going through each one and naming their traits, I want to summarize them into one concept: noblesse oblige, which means literally nobility obligates. This concept gives voice to the exception that with power and prestige comes social responsibilities. It is an obligation that a peer acts with honor, kindness, and generosity towards those with less than themselves. In our dream, noblesse oblige is about remembering that those who have received the most, our crowns, our royal peers, our peers, owe the most to those who are willing to follow in our footsteps regardless of where they are on the path. It's about our implied contract to help our whole community with our time, talent, and treasure. Noblesse oblige in the SCA is about being the light, not the darkness. Your Majesties, Dame Sara exemplifies the light in everything she does. She gives so much of herself, her time, her art, her food, and her love to her group, her kingdom, her community, and to all of us. Sara, I charge you to honor the covenant of noblesse oblige. Continue to act with honor, kindness, and generosity towards the least of those in our dream. Continue to elevate those that demonstrate noblesse oblige in their own paths. Your Majesties, Dame Sara is already my peer, but I tie my honor to hers as a Pelican.
Well said.
Dame Sarah's words ring true with honor. Thank you. Is there a laurel now who would speak for our noble citizen?
Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, Stormborn, with your permission, I would speak for Dame Sara. I'm Master Nicholas Langille. I grew up in Glenavon, and I've left several times. I'm away now, but I was elevated here. And Sara, she was my first apprentice. And I learned more from her about being a peer than I think she learned from me. We've known each other since we were kids. I mean, we both started in the SCA really young, and we've been through some really good times, and we've been through hell a couple of times too. And Sarah's always there to get you through it. And speaking as a laurel, I can't separate her service from her art, because all of her arts are services to other people. Whether it's the food she makes, the cake she makes, the bouquets of flowers that are made out of spun sugar that literally look like she picked them out of the garden that morning, down to the dew and the bugs. I mean, y'all, I've never seen anything like that. It just blew my mind. The scrolls that she makes and the support that she offers to other people, from things that we think of as simple, just feeding people. But that is an art, and Sara has that, and she gives it so freely. Sara's been my peer for a long time, and I appreciate y'all for recognizing it.
Huzzah.
Your words warm our hearts, Master Nicholas. Is there a knight now who will speak for this dear lady? Is there a knight now who will speak for this dear lady? I know there is.
Who is it?
You know what? If there's not one present, I would speak for her.
He sent
I sent words.
We did?
He did.
did. I don't know who has.
Words may have gotten locked at the gate.
The dragon at the gate.
Dragon at the
I
gate.
mean, I'm sure.
If it is all right with you, Dame Sara, may I speak in their stead? Your Majesties, Your Highnesses. Populace, I'm Jarl Axel Ulfgerson, Knight of the River Valley Realm. Let me speak words of prowess to not only Dame Sara's magnificent, delicious, sugary treats, which we are all aware of, but her prowess of service. If there was anyone who demonstrated valor, courage, and might in the field of service, then it would be Dame Sara. Not once have I seen a task too great for her to tackle. One that was too unique for her to devise something to match that theme. She adapts to any situation on and off the field of service. And for that, I would say there is no one who could match her prowess.
I would have to agree. You're pretty freaking awesome. Is there a member of the Order of Defense that will speak for this fine lady?
Your Majesty, I bring the words of Maestro Damiano Eli Bellini, if you would
Please.
permit me.
Absolutely.
Unto your most royal majesties, royal highnesses, and gathered populace of Glenavon, do I, Maestro Damiano Eli Bellini, send greetings. I regret I cannot be there in person to witness this most wonderful event. Please accept these words in my absence. I send these words today to speak for Sara de la Petra. To borrow from Master Ryan, as masters of defense, we are trained to look for subtlety, small movements that may give away a person's intent. Now, it can be argued that Sara's service is anything but subtle. In fact, I feel her service has been grand indeed. The offices she's held and the many times she has fed our people are but the tip of the iceberg. No, her deeds are not subtle, but she goes about them with subtleness. She doesn't do what she does for self-gain. She does it for a love of the society, our kingdom, and its people. She does so selflessly, and that is the subtlety I see. I personally value humility as one of the greatest virtues, and I see it in Sara. For that and so many other qualities, I am honored to say she is my peer.
Thank you, Master Damiano. Your words meet our ears, confirming all that we know of our subject. Finally, the foundation of the kingdom, we would hear from the populace. Who among you would speak? Wait, oh, that's not the last one.
It's not on here.
It's not on here. How could I forget the royal family? You know what? I have it because we're not done.
I mean, you can have all the years.
The Majesty allow the populace to speak.
Absolutely. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, good populace, I am Lady Emma de la Petra. Oh wow, I didn't even get through the opening. Okay. And as most of you know, this is my mother. And I have the honor of speaking on her behalf this morning. The symbol of the pelicans is known as the pelican and its piety. It shows a pelican piercing its breast to feed its children. It is a symbol of humility, of service, and of sacrifice. I have seen the sacrifices made by this woman time and time again. From working in the kitchen to prepare feasts truly deserving of the title of Grand Chef, to working well into the early hours of the morning until her hands have gone numb from pain to ensure that the magic of what we do flows throughout our kingdom, to completely rearranging her entire house so that I can move in again. From spending entire events secreted away behind the scenes to ensure those inner workings are maintained, to going without to ensure that her family does not, and to ensure that I do not. Her cup does not run over because she is constantly keeping ours overflowing. She is one of those rare people who works those thankless jobs so that we may know the joys of the society. And despite those long hours with a lamp and paintbrush, or those overly hot nights in front of the ovens, her smile never falters. Her arms remain extended to welcome the new and old into the family. Today, these sacrifices can be honored because, Your Majesties, this woman is far beyond my peers. That's my mama.
Thank you. Oh, hang on just a second. I know y'all have a little something. Is that what you're moving? She's gonna speak. Okay. Oh, okay. Moving on up. Thank you, Lady Emma, for your words. There's dust in the air.
Maybe the next populous members.
Is there some more?
There's probably more dust.
Oh, right. We'll go ahead and, all right. Please, y'all have words? We would love to hear them.
I am Baroness Rigby, and I have a story to tell. So our SCA began in 2011, and for several years we heard stories of this Sara, this maker of magical cakes and someone who could make feast appear from thin air. Stories of the sweetest, kindest, most caring person. She was like a Bigfoot. Everyone had stories, but you could never find her. So in 2015, at 10th year, finally we caught the cake Sara. While drinking nonny canes with Big John and Nonny.
Oh, God.
That's a totally different story. We're not going to tell that here. So a couple months later, Raven and I trek off the crown list at Formosa. By ourselves, not knowing hardly anybody. We walk in and there's Sara in the kitchen, who remembers us from months back, who welcomes us into her kitchen through nonny canes, puts us to work, because of course that's what she does. And throughout the day, over cutting onions and cooking whatever it was we were having for feast, we bonded like a family. And that day she welcomed us into her family, and the three of us have been inseparable ever since. But that is what she does. That is her service. That is what she brings to the SCA and to the kingdom. She makes a family. She brings people together with love and kindness. She has completely changed our SCA. More importantly, she has changed our lives. She brought us together with Emma and Graham and made us a family and calls us her kids. Without Sara, we would not have Connor and would not have Denara. We would not have Brennan and Wolf. We would not have Rob and Kathy and the 20 other regulators that we talk to every day.
So much. So much.
That we can't go 2 hours without checking a group text to make sure that we have everything we need from our friends. And it's all because of you. So if you do not have you a cake, Sara, you go get you one. You need somebody like her in your corner, Somebody like her who believes in you every day, who wants to be a part of her family. From day one, you were my peer, long before the laurel. You were the only person I would ever take a green belt from, because you are the only person in this world that understands me.
What?
You are the person that I go to with my problems. You're the person who will stop whatever they're doing and text you and say, "Talk to me, Goose. I love you." And that's not strong enough.
Huzzah.
Thank you,
This is just for her. I don't have words for the podcast.
There you go. Worse than words, right? Bring it on home, Mama.
Just give her a second before you start it back up.
Bring it,
know
I can
what's
take
coming. Thank you, populous.
I'm not sure that I can, but we're going to get through this.
All these onions.
That's all this pollen, man.
Is there a
It's the
member?
smoke in the air.
Is there a member of our royal family?
There is, Your
Your
Majesty.
Excellency, please.
Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, my dear friends in the populace, I am Countess Mirgan of the Musical Morgana, and this is my friend. I am so honored, excuse my bag. I am so honored to speak for my friend today. So many words have been spoken about her prowess, her art, her service, everything in between. As a royal peer and a lady of the robes, I would like to speak about Sara's heart and her soul and her essence. As a royal peer, especially a lady of the robes, we see the beauty in those around us. We look for that beauty around us because that embodies what we are. We want to gain that access to your energy. I have known Sara for a while. She has, let me preface this a little bit before. Before there was any talk of diversity, inclusion, equality, this lady has been the embodiment of this. She makes newcomers feel welcome. She makes all of us that are dysfunctional, myself included, functional. She welcomes with open arms, a beautiful smile that you can't help but be engaged with it. She has done it for me so many times. I'm going to tell you a story, and if I can get through this, we'll be okay. This has nothing to do with the SCA, but it has everything to do with her heart. When my Ifer was really sick and he was unable to really go to events, we tried to find things that would make him happy. He loved to paint. Bob Ross was everything that a man can possibly want. I was so sick of YouTubes. We searched YouTubes daily, all day. So I contacted Sara to see if she could help me find all of his DVDs because she had access to the PBS station. she said, let me see what I can do. It wasn't very long that a box arrived addressed to Ifer. If you can imagine a 5-year-old opening a box at Christmas, imagine the look on his face when he opened the box. And it contained every Bob Ross DVD. It was from Sara and Gabby and a few of her cohorts. I don't even remember the names. And I contacted her. I said, please let me buy these. And she said, absolutely not. This is our gift to Ifer. That is something that goes beyond the SCA. But this is who this lady is. Her heart, her soul, her essence. It was something she could do to make him happy. And in doing so, has a lasting place in my heart that I can never repay except to lead by example, her example. And for that, I am so grateful. Those of you that don't know Sara, please get to know her. She is one of the most amazing, loving, kind, generous. The adjectives could go on and on ad nauseum. But she is amazing. And Your Majesty, Your Highnesses, this lady is beyond my peer. She is my friend, and I am so honored and I'm so grateful I went last because I could not have done it a whole lot sooner. You are my peer, and most importantly, my friend. Your Majesty, thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing me the honor to say the words, shed a few tears, and know that this lady is loved, not just by me. I adore her, and all up here assembled feel the same way. She is more than a peer, my friends.
Good God.
Sara, we've now heard from many that confirm what we have known for years. So we will ask you one last time, will you accept this honor from us, the recognition and the commitment and responsibilities that come with it? Will you now give us your word to henceforth comport yourself as befits a peer of our realm as you have been? And that you will attempt in all your endeavors to be the noble example of service to our people.
Will you promise further to treat all with courtesy and to uphold the laws and traditions of our kingdom?
Tradition.
We ask now if you will freely give your fealty.
Please repeat after me. I state your name. This day pledge fealty to the Crown of Glenada. And vow to provide my arms in times of war. My art in times of peace. And my service in times of need. I promise to defend our fair kingdom. Against all who desire her harm. With word, deed, and force. From this day forth. As long as my crown allows. I am bound to be faithful. Hold holding honor and courtesy above all.
Let all here bear witness that we, Connor, King of Glenavon,
And Inara, Queen of Glenavon, hear and accept your oath of faith. Oath of fealty given in good faith.
in turn, we vow to defend you and yours with word, deed, and force.
Those that keep this oath true will be rewarded with our favor.
Those that forget this oath and break faith shall be repaid with our judgment and dreadful wrath. At this point, we usually have you rise and go. Just hang out a second.
But keep honor and courtesy above all. As you hang out for me.
I wore this to be seen. So as our last step,
I'm getting so excited for
I'm
that.
getting excited for the
Regalia?
Yeah, it's
Oh, regalia.
so the
Jump in that gun again.
the accoutrements of the trappings of a pelican. Are they available? And
Yes, Your Majesty. This is the medallion. And we were worried about floral combs in her hair. And she wears a big old hat.
Nope.
Oh. Yeah, if you get enough fingers, it'll
You
go.
can take your nose off, maybe.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
That's
That's what I was just saying.
why you're a Pelican. Delegate.
Yeah. Worried about the.
Oh.
Yeah. Enameled and.
is there a cap of maintenance and perhaps a coat?
Cloak.
I happen to have both, Your Majesty.
Ooh, little Merry Christmas to her.
Oh,
No, I don't think it's.
Oh, that hat. I don't think it'll fit.
We can't. You don't have to. You can try it all later.
Yeah.
It's too hot for the hat
I don't want you to
anyway.
get cold.
Yeah, God forbid, right?
Oh, it's so great. It's so great. It's so great.
Aw.
Get it out and share. Come on.
Who made the cloak, Emma?
I made the cloak, Arabella did the design, and Rigby did the embroidery.
Well done.
So those who have known us long enough will know that I call my children Bear and Goose.
Oh, that's brilliant. Huzzah.
What was it?
The inside and
It's short sleeve. I thought that too.
well done.
So,
Mistletoe.
you have sworn fealty, and as our last step before releasing you back out into the populace,
Next to the last strip.
sometimes you
just
go
want
by
to smack her in the
yeah,
face.
let's read
Oh,
the
thank
scroll
God.
and,
I mean,
do the-
he's called Tigger for a reason. Boink, 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 boink.
Know ye and all men present that having consulted with the companionate of the Order of the Pelican, it is our sovereign will to elevate you, Sara de la
Looks like I will
Petra,
get it
to
from
the
over
rank
her shoulder.
of Mistress of the Pelican. It is thus our pleasure to bestow upon you a patent of arms, granting you the privileges and charging you with the responsibilities of a peer of the realm.
Hereunto do we set our hands and seals this second day of September, Anna Societatis 58, being 2023 Gregorian, Carter Rex Dinara Regina.
This scroll, I know you all will want to see it later, but Mistress Cecilia.
Beautiful.
I know it's hard to see, but please take a gander.
Another from the Beaumont stable.
There was also another scroll
Oh, yeah.
that we had that seemed appropriate that a member of our populace had given to the crown, which is how we get all of the scrolls, right? And it seemed only appropriate that it go to Dame Sara as a quilled laurel and pelican combination. And this is also super cool. If you're not familiar with quilling, it's all curled paper. But this was done by Katla, the Root's daughter of Ogleborough. I was like, when you didn't have the last name, that was easier for me. So. Names are hard.
Connor's like, now.
Now, Connor.
Now.
Before we release you back out into the wilds, for congratulations is all.
The
And all.
earrings and the hat.
It is my understanding that you want to buff it.
She said buffet. She wants a buffet.
Yeah, this isn't a Jimmy show.
So in true Dame Sara fashion, Dame Sara is feeding the populace. I did not have coffee. For lunch. So lunch will be at whatever time is on the schedule, and noon. At noon, and I am not sure where exactly it will be held, but in the hall. Seems like a fine place for it. It's a small site, so I figured you could smell the barbecue.
Right?
So if you will all join her, she is feeding the populace and house elf out of the kindness of their hearts.
Because she's so We're going to give you.
The dragon is unhappy.
Oh, there's something.
So, Glenabin, for Dame Sara! Up!
Hail!
Up!
Hail!
Up!
Hail!
All right, I'm ready.
Meet your fly.